One of these men will be a Pro Series finalist once again. Stevie Dempsey won a Pro Series title, beating our fan dad in a final. Could it be serendipity once again for the Hammer, or will it be the Wonder taking on the Daddy in the big dance? Stevie to break in frame number 1.
Yellow balls and clear.
Pretty excellent first chance for Stevie. First shot into the middle was excellent. And these three sort of naturally pick each other apart. Could go either way here, but it looks like middle first for the Hammer. Overcame Josh Kane in his quarter-final, did Stevie. We saw that earlier on. It was a right Royal Rumble, really. Some great pull, some terrible pull, and a 6-red shootout to round it all off. What there wasn't a huge amount of in that match from Stevie, at least, was really solid, clean breaking dishes, which is what we've just seen. That was excellent from the Hammer, and he's off to a great start. He leads by a frame to 0.
Extension.
Extension call. Red ball simply.
Jack Whelan's first opportunity is a similarly good one. It was an excellent first break and clearance from Stevie. And it was an excellent break from Jack Whelan. We're yet to see the clearance as Tony Holgate makes his present felt in the commentary box.
Hello.
Big red button is off and on, Tony, so you just got to remember that one. I learned that the hard way.
I've just got my foot stuck in a wire, that's all. Lead. Sorry about that.
Don't worry, Tony.
My forgiven.
Yeah, great to have you with us as always.
Oh, it's great to be here.
Yeah, it should be a super semi, this. Two fabulous players. And Jack's in good shape here.
So Stevie did a breaking out first frame, did he? As I was running up and down from my hotel room.
Yeah, busy shift for you this afternoon, Tony. We appreciate all your efforts, of course. But, yeah, he certainly did a very, very pristine break and clearance from the hammer. And that's pretty much exactly what Jack Whelan's on track to do in response. Been a high standard so far set. No false notes. That'll do. I don't know what he played, but that'll do.
Nice to see Jack out there after he's spent quite a bit of the afternoon in here with us watching the games.
Yeah, he has. He's had a bit of a wait since his win in the quarter-final.
Of course, he must have checked out the hotel and he had nowhere else to go. It's quite warm in here now, so he's had the big comfy chair in here watching. But now it's about the business of the game now for Jack.
That's an excellent shot. Yeah, positional shot onto that red was a little loose. It wasn't quite what he intended. That was brilliant. Really well executed. And this to square things up at 1 apiece.
Well, this is the only man that's been deep in both events this weekend, is Jack.
He's had a fabulous weekend.
Free.
He really, really has. And he's looking to take down another Pro Series title.
Trying to go one better and reach the final. There's the hammer. Breaks us off in frame 3. Gets a ball. What's he got? Looks a little bit messy on the right hand side of the table. Looks a bit scruffy, JMO there.
Well, I think in answer to your question, what's he got? Not a lot. This is a...
There's a well thought out response, that.
Yeah, I'm sitting on it for a minute. Yeah, he's not got a lot to go at all here. Both yellows and reds are horrible. There's more of a case to be made, I think, maybe for reds, but I mean, it's neither are nice.
No. I think it's hard to make a case for either, really, even look at it, because this is probably one of the messiest starts to a frame we've seen for much of the weekend, I'd say. We've been treated to some fast-flowing attacking pull for, I'd say, about 95% of the time.
Well, I don't know if this means Jack's going, but quite often players will take a colour set and then get to work. Yeah, and this tells you he isn't. So Jack wanted yellows. He felt they were in front, and he feels like he had it's a really clever couple of shots actually from Jack. He's basically said, I can get a colour, and I reckon I can get cue ball in hand. And if you get those two things, you've at least got a start in this frame, haven't you?
The thing is, he can get to that badge yellow that's in the middle of those reds on the right hand side. He can get to that from the yellow that's on the top rail. It's the other two that are just a little bit naughty. Whether he gets ball in hand remains to be seen. I wouldn't have thought so. Not from there.
No, but that you could argue that helps Jack, because if he does bump that yellow now, it goes towards the middle pocket unhindered. Previously, you had to. It was quite difficult to cannon out because it was almost, guarded on all four sides, if you like. So you'd probably say yellows are marginally in front here, not by a lot, but I'm going to keep playing good shots. Another safety incoming. I think Jack's targeting behind that yellow again. He's just going to use the 8 ball as a bit of cover. Top of the table from Stevie D. He seems to think that's a good shot. I'm inclined to agree with him. Might be. He's awkward. The edge of the red he can see. He might be close to being off here. No, he could hit it full enough. I think he had to turn the cue ball, actually.
He did. He dug downward side there to just sort of swing the cue ball round that yellow to just give it a bit of extra width. And also that stopped any any thoughts of in off. Still a few cagey shots to be played in this frame, and Jack Whelan now looking at how he can play the yellow onto red onto yellow.
Yeah, there was a tap of the table from Jack a moment ago. Both these two are great tactical brains.
Not only he's played yellow onto the red yellow, and he's also got the cue ball into a decent position, far away from Stevie Dempsey's reds.
Now is Stevie looking at being quite thick on the red on the top rail, just shuffling along the rail and maybe knocking the yellow in. Little loss of turn action maybe. Is that what he's lining up?
Might be playing the cannon off the red and in behind to knock it in.
Oh, well, that's exactly what he was lining up.
It's made the black a bit more average down there now with as well in that shot.
It's not terrible for yellows though. It's not great, but it's not terrible.
We might see a bit of this clock getting eaten up here now, a bit of the time in this frame.
Yeah, I think so.
Extension called.
Well, he's going to have to make his mind up soon. The clock is chewing away.
Yeah, look to the heavens from Jack Whelan. He just may have bitten off a bit more than he can chew with that shot. He was asking a lot of it to bump that yellow out as well. Is this yellow off yellow? Is this a shot?
Yeah, it's a
oh,
good
you
shot.
better believe it. He's still got work though. That was always the risk. It was always the risk with that shot. He almost, for me, needed to play it harder and just almost the yellow that he was playing into, just accept that that could go anywhere, but anywhere was better than where it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
I understand why he played it like he did, but I think he was always little odds against to get good with it.
Well, plays a loss of turn.
What a great shot that is.
Stevie, of course, has those two awkward reds that aren't a plant on the right-hand cushion. And he opts just to develop them. So the one saving grace here is that Jack's got that black tucked away. Really, it doesn't go anywhere apart from a length of the table double, really. So he's not going to move that yellow that's next to it at the moment. So he could just bump this out, or maybe even attempt it into one of the pockets. But he's played a loss of turn again.
Loss of turn.
Not sure if he tried to do that. I think he's just more bothered about getting the yellow down there.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted it that close. But it's probably not the end of the world. It just means he's got to play another development shot.
Well, Dempsey's going to go.
I think you have to.
He bumps this other one off the rail, but he can use a ball into the middle pocket to try and free the black.
He's going to be barking the black out with his last ball.
I'm just thinking if he's... Yeah, he's looking now where he wants his angle.
He's going to roll the rightest of the two reds.
I was thinking he has a chance. He could do it now off the red that's nearest the middle of the table, go off the side rail and splat into those three balls, and then just hope that you get a position on the long red into the top corner. But He's going to try and be precise now. Right, so coming in here, he needs to try and just rub into the black half ball and land sort of roll onto the yellow. If you could just gently split them apart.
Yeah, if he plays this well, I think he's looking for 8 ball in the left centre with cue ball from the bottom rail, basically. I think that's the controlled way to try and play this shot.
But then again, he might belt it and just think, right, I'd be unlucky if I do belt into it. I don't get a shot at it.
Definitely a case for that.
Well.
Oh, what a good shot he's played there.
Oh, he's been unlucky. Nobody saw that one coming.
Can he squeeze this?
No.
I think he's on it.
Do you really?
I think he's on it, Tony.
He's
on it.
Wow.
Unbelievable. What a positional shot from Stevie Dempsey.
I'm looking on the overhead and I'm thinking he hasn't got enough of that ball to hit. Wow. Well, that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. He certainly fooled me.
Well, he fooled everybody. That's an incredible shot he's played there. This is so good. 1, 2... Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And it still doesn't look like it goes.
No, it doesn't. But it's just the fact the cue ball's smaller than the object ball. If it's the same size there, that's not on. But what a finish from Stevie D to go 2 on up in a massive frame. That Jack would have thought he had that one.
Oh, what a break. Made a ball.
He's been talking to me, Jack, this weekend, and he says he hasn't trusted his break.
His break's awesome. This
weekend. It is generally, but he says that's the one thing he's been struggling with. Obviously, you talked to him about him earlier with the chop and the change and switching codes and all the rest of it. He feels that the one thing that suffered the most is actually his break. He's really struggling to control it, which when you've got the weapon that he does on the break, it's a bit of a downgrade, but that was vintage Jack Whelan. That, however, was not. It was a tough shot, but it was one that I fully expected Jack to make. And Stevie D will get a chance in frame 4.
Stevie rattles that yellow into that corner, leaves himself the double back into the middle, should he require it. Went to play loss of turn there. Well, we're going to see a bit more jiggery pokery now in this corner. Good little touch shot there from Jack Whelan. I think the only thing that Stevie Dempsey can see now is that yellow up on that rail, which he'll probably play.
It's a good outcome for him. It blocking the red but not exactly being easy to loss of turn.
No.
Is helpful, although Jack may not get a better chance to actually play that shot than now.
The only thing with it is you'd be putting the red on the middle of the top rail doing it, so I think you might just bump it straight out. How about that?
Oh, combo.
You've got to carry on now, Jack. Potted his own red in the middle.
He can't believe his luck.
No.
Play that again. How's your luck? I feel that expression. Oh, we've got some fun and games here. It's like the previous frame reloaded.
Proper jiggery pokery.
This is proper pull, Tony.
It is.
This is proper pull.
I'll have jiggery, but I won't. I repeat, I won't have pokery. Yeah, this frame could go on for quite some time.
Foul.
It's all happening there.
Time running.
Although that will help shorten the length. Stevie going in off. It's Jack cue ball in hand. The only question is, what do you do with it? Do you jig or do you poker, Tony?
Exactly. This is the thing. It's
Extension court.
not. This wasn't my greatest forte when I was a player. It's,
No, you'd be hammering these, right?
I'd be very tempted to give them a sort of Happy Gilmore golf swing.
Well, there is a three-ball plant here for Jack, which he's playing. Yeah, there you go. That's a Holgate shot.
Yeah,
And that's a Holgate outcome.
absolutely, definitely.
Time running.
The only thing didn't complete it is the black didn't go in as well.
He's unbelievably unlucky there, Jack Whelan. He's played the right shot for me.
Yeah.
You know, that's a great effort. You can see him chuntering away to himself in his chair there, and you sympathise because he's played a great shot. Got absolutely zero reward, and not just that, he's essentially, with going cue ball in hand, he's thrown the frame away. You've got to feel for him. You really do.
And on top of that, Stevie Dempsey's buddy, Sean Sharkey's sat right behind Jack Whelan, so I wonder if he's having a little chat with him as well. Planted him in the crowd. Essentially, Sean Sharkey sat in the away end. But anyway, the hammer. A really good chance here now to go 3-1. And he was down once, he just got back up to settle himself, Stevie Dempsey. The Irishman requiring these 3 balls to get himself a nice 2-frame cushion. Played that lovely shot from Stevie Dempsey. Just the simple stuff left. And you do feel a little bit for Jack Whelan. He was a bit unlucky there. But Dempsey's done what he's required to do and mopped him up.
Well, Jack the Wonder Whelan falls victim to the gods of jiggery pokery. Stevie Dempsey goes 3-1 in front, and you can see exactly what Jack thinks about that. Heavy break, but not rewarded. Jack will feel slightly that some justice has been done with first visit in this frame, and a presentable visit as well. There is naturally a little bit of work to do, but it's one that Jack would fancy getting this.
Yellow balls in play.
Whelan then just going to squeeze this yellow past the red into this top corner. Oh, clipped it. That'll stop the yellow going in. Wasn't expecting that. And I don't think Jack Whelan was expecting it. So Stevie Dempsey back at the table again after a Jack Whelan mistake. Got that red that's on the rail on the right hand side, looking the biggest problem. The only obstacle in Stevie Dempsey's way of getting into a 4-1 lead. Now that wasn't the greatest shot he's ever played in his life.
No, it wasn't. Wanted to avoid that 8 ball almost at all costs, really. I think his only course here is that tough red up the table. These have gone wrong. Oof. Yeah, that was missable.
Well, the pair of them. Arthur and Dad's probably sat there thinking, I hope they bring, whoever wins brings a few of those to the final with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whelan's got on his yellow at the top. Skittled that one in.
Great shot.
I think he'd rather just have a little bit more angle on this yellow on the rail, because obviously when he pots this, or if he pots it, so it's not a gimme, the key was going to be quite close to the cushion. Stayed very still on that shot, Jack Whelan. Nicely done. Just rolls this in now, just leave an angle on this last yellow on the bottom rail. And where does he go? I think he screws this back a little bit off the bottom rail and towards that right hand side rail and have the black in the middle. There you see him poking down with bottom and left hand side, steering well clear of those reds. This is all he wants, is a clear path, and he has it. And in goes the black. Tidy little finish there from Jack Whelan, and he pulls it back to 3-2.
Cool, that break's returning. That break is returning to levels that Jack Whelan would like. That's brilliant.
Yeah, fantastic break. Just look at the split. Splats them open. To be fair, he's not been rewarded with that much of a great layout. Gone with a thin cut into the corner of the red. Slightly better colour. And also being as Jack's first at the table, he's also going to be ahead anyway in terms of developing the balls. That's a super shot there.
Only just though. About as much as he could have.
Yeah, he's now given himself an angle here where he can pot the red into the corner. We wanted to play deep screw shot into this yellow and really pull the cue ball back hard and play that lovely. Play just cannon it out off the cushion, and he's on it as well. Just that red in the middle of the table now has started to come into play a little bit. I think it squeezes past the yellow into the middle, but it's getting on it in that area. He might choose just to roll this in and play it next. It's going to be his last ball, that's for sure. So he wants to pop this red in, come back 3 or 4 inches and then cut the red into the middle. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. I think he just drop this in very, very softly and have the black in the bottom left-hand corner. And he's gone through for the middle. Had more of an angle than I thought he did. And in goes the black. Jack Whelan again with a lovely finish. And that now levels things up here in Blackpool in our second semi-final. There's also a race of 7, of course. We've got just over 20 minutes left on the match clock. And that is going to be dry. And a slightly dejected Stevie Dempsey goes back to his chair. There's Jack Whelan. Springs into action.
Extension. Red balls in.
Well, reds it is for Jack. Just wondered if you want to come a little bit further there. He mostly played the one at the top now because he wants an angle to go into those balls that are on that left-hand cushion. There's 2 yellows there, sort of encroached on a red ball that Jack wants freed. Not quite sure why he's gone over there so much onto the right-hand side of the table. He might just have enough angle. If not, he could probably pinch a bit of this middle bag and get the cue ball down into those balls, but I'm sure he'd like to have stopped a bit sooner with the cue ball. Made it a bit easier, but oh, he's played that really well. And the reds are just obliged. He got into a plant for him as well, so
Yeah.
everything going Jack Whelan's way at the moment. If he
Yeah,
can
just streaking at the moment, isn't he? These last couple of frames, he's on a bit of a roll.
Yes, bit of a purple patch for Jack. Things not going right for Stevie, as in dry breaks, etc.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to necessarily be match defining, but it certainly could help.
Yeah, I'm surprised you pulled the face with that one, Jack. Tried to pot that and just kick those 2 reds apart. I don't think they needed kicking. I know you got to make the plant, but there must be more angle than I'm looking at the overhead as well, and I think he's probably that second red must push behind those yellows. That's why Jack refused to plant in the first place.
This is tight. Yeah, it didn't go.
I don't think he wanted to put it there either.
No, I don't think so. Just got a little bit too much juice into it. I think he wanted the red to be a bit in the way at the yellows, but he also wanted the red to be accessible for himself. That's not ideal. Not one little bit.
Stevie playing a safety, getting the cue at the top of the table. This is the thing, Jack Whelan will want to nudge his red out, but he also won't want to nudge Stevie Dempsey's yellows out as well in the same shot and leave him the chance. So it's one of those. Wants to get his out and leaves Stevie's all in a bit of a mess on that side cushion. Jack Whelan there, just seeing if he can hit this really, really thin and kick that yellow away from the red. Oh, what a shot.
Yeah, how well has that come out?
Yeah, the black goes past the yellows into the centre. He's got a perfect angle on this red. He can just drop this in now. The cue ball's going to naturally go in the direction to leave him a pretty basic cut into the centre with the black ball.
That's a fabulous shot from Jack Whelan. Absolutely fabulous. Well, this match has swung to and fro, but at the minute it's all Jack Whelan.
Three.
That's about a little bit of a hand up of apology there from Jack. I don't feel there was anything worth saying. Well, I got a little bit lucky there for. I thought you played a wonderful shot here. That's just really good.
Yep. Yep, fine play from Jack of his Irish opponent. Oh. Well, he flirted with one corner pocket with a cue ball. And it's gone in the other with the help of a bunch of yellows. So that will be ball in hand now for Stevie Dempsey.
Well, he was originally breaking so well in this semi-final, Jack. That's just tailed off a little bit.
Under 15 minutes now left in this match, so
Yellow balls in play.
we're going down to the old clock and stuff with this game. Nothing really to choose between the pair of them.
Maybe. We saw a similar scoreline at a similar time in Stevie's quarter-final, which ended up going the distance. I think as the balls start to come out a bit nicer and we can start getting a little bit of rhythm going, it will soon reach the finish line, this match. Stevie just needs to keep in touch. This would be a big frame for him.
To go level once again. So Jack Whelan's in off the break and Stevie Dempsey's quick fire response. Back we go, all square once again.
Back and forth we go. There's been a lot of that. Been that kind of game.
That's a very good break there from Stevie Dempsey. Oh my word, look at those. This is a great split. What a time to get this. Two yellows and a red and everything in the open. Stevie opts for the reds.
Red balls in play.
That's the shot you want to play now. You can get behind that red that's on the left hand side just to slide it in the middle. So he has the angle on the one that's to the left of the blue spot now. Just roll this in, push the cue ball over to the left hand cushion around that area. Drop this in, play the other one over the other middle bag and leave yourself the red into the top left hand corner with a slight angle to bring the cue ball over. depending where he wants to pot the black. Looks quite straight on this, so I would be thinking that Stevie Dempsey will just roll this red into the corner pocket, get the cue ball above the blue spot, and play the black down into the bottom left-hand corner. So this for a 5-4 lead with just, well, less than 11 minutes left on the clock. And down it goes, and Stevie Dempsey now gets into a 5-4 lead against Jack Whelan.
Cool, he's riding them corner pockets.
He has been flirting with them all match in those top corner pockets. And the break at the moment is not Jack Whelan's friend.
Yeah, and you just don't expect to hear that sentence, do you?
No, you don't. I mean, it's such a good, powerful break, and he has been flirting a bit with the corners. That one would have been a bit more unlucky because it wasn't going straight towards the corner. It bounced off the top rail a bit. You just wouldn't expect it to be dry with that much power, you know.
Yeah.
Now we are down to the old 15 seconds of shot. There's a little bell has rung. Well, Stevie's going to have to play the double here, and he's going to have to pinch a heck of a lot of this cue ball. Dig down with left-hand side to try and narrow this angle. You got the cue ball to go a little bit too far, I think, for what he intended. In fact, it's so much so that he's refusing to even bother taking it on. He's going to come back to it later. So I think Stevie there tried to screw straight back in to the left-hand side of that red. Not an easy shot to play. It's always you always have half a chance of that going wide. He's got the yellow into the top corner, but you feel this is getting away from Stevie, this frame or this clearance. So now it's a cross double. Oh, so close, but then he would have been snookered on the yellow. But he would have had a chance to play the little one cushion escape and kick it back into the middle, so he would have had half a chance. But now Jack Whelan. He's going to have to make something happen on these reds.
Back and forth, this match continues to go. It's an excellent shot. Played that well on the beeps, goodness me, great shot.
Yeah, lovely pot from Jack.
That was not an easy shot. Made it look it.
We're going level once again.
There's just nothing between them at the moment, is there?
6 red.
Oh, I don't know.
I Look at the time.
Could be.
There's plenty of time for him to win one more each.
Yeah, could be. At the minute, we're 5-5.
3.
Best of 3. 6.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So the hammer breaking off now, frame 11. 6 minutes 39 on the clock. And his break's been really good for the last few frames.
And he's on a red.
Extension cord.
Thought for a second he might not be on anything, but he's just pulled up in time. He may even be on a yellow if he wants that. He does.
Yeah, they are the better colour. Purely because of the red that's below the black ball. He has a free swipe at all of these yellows. So probably down the bottom now, get rid of those 2 yellows. Going up the rail next.
So he's got a choice.
He hasn't got a choice. But this was his plan all along. Lovely shot. Drop this in, bit of check side as he runs the cue ball through off the rail, just to steer the cue ball back for this last yellow. Tiny angle he wants. So he wants to land. If he could land this cue ball bang on the blue spot or just below it, he's home and hosed. You know, that would be absolutely perfect.
Yeah, he's good enough.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
it's okay.
That's lovely.
And down goes the 8 ball. And Stevie Dempsey once again edges in front. He's now on the hill. We have 4 minutes and 23 left for Jack Whelan to try and snatch the next frame and get back into it.
Oh, he's not got one.
Oof.
Oh, that's painful.
That has got to hurt, because just look at the layout.
Oh, that's painful. I don't think you can quite believe it.
Stevie Dempsey quickly chooses yellows. The balls are there for Stevie Dempsey to join Arf and Dad. Tonight's final, which will be on later, be on after the women's pro final, which will be coming up next after this.
Yeah, Amy Beecham in action, taking on Lucy Smith. Back-to-back finals for Lucy. It won't be back-to-back finals for Jack Whelan if Stevie Dempsey gets these out the way. Only ball that can maybe give him a little bit of grief is the yellow on the baulk line, really. But I think he's pretty happy with it. May even well leave it to the last ball now. Make sure he plays the beeps on every shot just in case.
Nicely shot, nicely executed shot there from Stevie, because the way he just played that one, so it floated the cue ball through that gap. The sort of spin took quite late, but it made it come over to the right hand side to play this plant. Oh, don't bounce too far for Stevie. If you hit that a bit thin, then it would have gone on, knocked it onto by the jaw. 3 balls away.
Bit of a grimace.
I wonder if he can just use that red. If the cue ball guides into the red, and he can just bring the cue ball down to have the black in the middle. Didn't need it, and he's played a lovely shot.
Great shot.
Lovely shot with side there. Dempsey now just this black for a place in tonight's final.
And Stevie Dempsey punches his ticket to a Pro Series final for the first time in 2024. He's left it late, but it has been great for the Hammer. Jack Whelan falls at the semi-final stage. A fabulous weekend for him as he bids farewell to Ultimate Ball and to English 8-ball. That will be it for Jack Whelan. He signs off in style with 2 fabulous runs to final and semi. But it's all about the Hammer, Stevie Dempsey. He goes into the Pro Series final against our fan Dad, which we will see shortly.